After Dark is a member of the MiceChat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Warning, this show contains childish adult content and is intended for immature and mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. The views spoken are ours and ours alone, not those of any other brother. If you're easily offended, we strongly suggest finding another podcast. Everybody neat and pretty, then on with the show.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Let's put on the show.
Growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Dis After Dark, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
To this next episode of Dis After Dark. I am, as always, Paul.
And I am Paul D.
Yeah, and Nick is running a bit late. Again, taxi problems getting to the pub. So, but we are welcoming back our good friend and pub pianist, Tom Ameen. How are you doing, Tom?
Thank you. Hello. It's so good to be back. Thank you so much for having me back on. I love it.
You're more than welcome. It's always good to have at least some musical talent back in the bar.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
So
this is the closest I'm getting to a pub at the moment, so I'm very glad.
Oh, no problem at all. It's good to have you. So, gentlemen, what are we drinking?
Well, I'm getting ready for Halloween, so I'm on Hobgoblin. I've got a bottle of Hobgoblin here.
Good Halloween theme, yes.
There we go. Cheers.
Tom, are you having a beverage of choice today?
I have right now. I have a wonderful Diet Coke because I need my wits about me at the moment. But
mid-gig.
I think I'm going to order some limoncello because you know I love that.
Oh,
and I haven't had it in a while. But I was going to order. Do you guys know? Do you like Kahlua?
Yes.
Maybe get some
coffee liqueur.
Yes, it's good.
Oh,
I'm kind of into that stuff. Or, you know what? I also love vodka, so maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys choose for me.
Oh, mix them all.
Yeah.
I'll be flying by then.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I've come up with a Disney theme. I found I've got a bottle of Brothers Pear Cider and a bottle of Brothers Standard Apple Cider. So I figured during the course of the show, that makes it two brothers. Which, if anyone's ever been into the American Adventure Pavilion, they'll understand the connection.
I thought you were going to go for apples and pears there. I was trying to think of the connection.
Well, that's Mary Poppins, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, I've got a bit. Yeah, it's a bit Bert. Oh, dear, oh dear. And I'm sure Nick will tell us what he's drinking when he turns up. But in the meantime, how do people get in contact with us? Well, carry on.
Well, they can find us at www.disafterdark.com. Or they can email us at podcast@disafterdark.com.
Or Twitter @DisAfterDark, Facebook.com DisAfterDark, and we're on the MiceChat.com website now.
Yeah,
we are part of the MiceChat, as our jingle says.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I think Nick may just be making his way into the pub right now.
I thought I had a taxi.
Yeah, it's just pulling up, so that gives it away, doesn't it?
That spells magic.
Yeah. Welcome to our Behind the Magic tour. Yeah.
That'll be $159, please.
Exactly.
Oh.
Plus sales tax.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. You made it to the bar, Nick.
Oh, just about. Traffic was a nightmare.
Oh, terrible.
Well, in that case, what are you drinking, sir?
Me, I've just got a damn cold, not just cold, a damn cold Coors Light. Hang on, which I'm just about to... there we go.
Always a good choice. Well, Tom, for our new MiceChat listeners, that may have joined us in recent podcasts and not caught your first appearance with us. Who are you?
Well, let's see. Who am I? That's a good question. Now, actually, I'm a piano player based in California, in the United States, Los Angeles, but I'm a huge Disney fan. Huge. So I listen to all the podcasts. I have all the CDs of all the Disney parks and all that kind of stuff. And I've always wanted to do a CD of theme park music because, when a lot of artists or even people cover the Disney songbook, it's usually the songs from the movies and TV shows and stuff like that, which is great. I love all of that. But no one's ever done, I think for the Disney fanatics like me, a CD of the theme park rides that we've all grown to know and love throughout the years. Rides from Epcot and Magic Kingdom and Disney World out in California. And so that's what I wanted to do, put together a CD. And last year I did like a 3-song sample just to see how people would take it. And I believe that's when I was on your podcast was last year at some point.
Yep.
And people really love the song. So I thought, let's do a whole CD. And let me put all the songs I've ever done on the one CD, except for those 3 songs that for legal reasons they couldn't be on this one. Oh. But put the rest of them on one album and see, what people think. And basically, it's been really great so far. It's been very humbling that so many people love the music. And I'm so happy to be sharing it. So it's been really great.
Yeah, we've got a piano here for you. So during a couple of sections a bit later, we're going to ask you to play some tunes for us in the background. So
I would love to.
We'll get you tickling those ivories before now. So
nice.
Are they ivory nowadays, or is that sort of anti-hunting? Not very Animal Kingdom of us, is it? Probably urethane or something. They're not yeah. Yeah. So the new one, it's only been on iTunes for a matter of a couple of weeks now, isn't it?
Actually, a few weeks. I think. I'd say about a month so far now, and actually, it's on iTunes. It's on. Do you guys have Google Play over there? Google Play Store.
We do. Yes.
It's on Google Play and it's also on Amazon.com. So it got distributed to those 3 internet websites or companies, and it's been doing really well. It's doing very well. In fact, I'm very happy to report, which is so surprising to me, is that the CD this week made the Billboard Top 10 New Age list here. So it's coming in at number 9. And so I'm on a chart with like the Piano Guys and Jim Brickman and all these like New Age artists, these huge artists, and it's so amazing that this album is even there. It's so cool.
Would you categorize yourself as New Age, or is that just where Billboard have put you?
I think that's what Billboard does, because they don't really have a pianist. Pianist.
Guy who plays Disney stuff on a piano. Yeah.
Exactly.
You made number 1 on that one, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be really cool. So yeah, they call it New Age, which is fine. I mean that's fine with me. But I'm just so humbled and honored that I even got that far. It's like amazing, and of course, you can't do anything without the fans. So that's what it's just. The fans are so great, and they've been so supportive. So it's great to come back on this podcast as well, because I know I got a lot of downloads from England, because it tells you on iTunes. It tells you where the downloads come from. So it's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm very happy.
We'll definitely put some links to everything in the show notes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what I'd like to hear. That's what I say.
It's good stuff. It's great to talk about it. And it's good to know that there's like so many Disney fanatics out there like me.
There are enough of them to download our humble podcast. So, yes.
Exactly.
We know
you guys I listen to you guys all the time. You're one of the pockets in my queue every time.
Great.
So
thank you. That means so much. Yeah. That's lovely. Well, in that case, let's go on with the news.
A view of the news with DisAfterDark.
Gentlemen, what's tickled your news fancies this week then? Who's going first?
I always go first, so someone else please take the reins.
Well, I think that
Go on then.
I think the sort of biggest sort of news piece, I think, was the Avatar concept art. For Disney's Animal Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh,
you guys see the photographs?
Yes. That's
yeah, I did too. Mm-hmm.
Prompted some discussion because. What's your take on it? I'm sure I've given my take before now on it, but I'll more than happy to give it again.
I thought I declared it was dead and it was going to be replaced by Star Wars Land. What's happened?
Yeah.
It's not dead, is it?
we're a factually correct podcast, as everyone knows.
Like a right fool.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised it's not dead when they went for Star Wars, but it does seem to be hanging on in there, which I can't make up my mind about it because I thought the film was spectacular. I did go and see it in 3D on the big screen, and I thought it was amazing to look at visually, but I didn't think it was a great film.
Technically stunning, visually really superb. Yeah. But I'm stuck in a quandary as to how it fits in. I've heard people, and I've seen discussions based on, well, it's all about eco stuff and being green and saving a planet. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's saving a planet that doesn't actually exist. And how is that fitting into Animal Kingdom when they're actually razing down bits of woodland and forest to replace them with engineered, made-up plants that react to touch and light? It's like that kind of defeats the object. Visually, it was stunning, and I think as a, I'm not going to turn around, stamp my feet, throw an absolute hissy fit and go, well, that's it, I'm never going to Animal Kingdom again. Because obviously it's going to be superb because the Imagineers do their job. But as a film itself, I think the film is the negative part of it. That's like, well, I didn't really care for it. It was Fern Gully, the last rainforest.
Yeah. Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Yeah.
Dances with Smurfs. Yeah. It's been called quite a few things.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before. That's a good one.
Other Mickey takes of the film are available.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you, Paul. I kind of agree with it's like I don't know how I feel about this. It's like, as a Disney purist, I mean, I know a lot of people. I would have loved the Star Wars thing. I wish they would do some kind of Star Wars world or something, which I don't know, seems to make more sense. But Avatar in the Animal Kingdom just, I don't know, it just doesn't fit with me for some reason. And I know they're trying to kind of do what I think Universal did with Harry Potter world and stuff like that, which is great. But for some reason, Avatar doesn't fit into Animal Kingdom with me.
No,
that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, also they started Harry Potter, 3 or 4 films into the series?
Yes, right.
Rather than just one film in with the possibility that we're making 3 more at the same go.
Right.
The thing is, though, with the Harry Potter thing, there's a few factors here. The first one is that Harry Potter was already massively popular as a book series before even the first film came out.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't matter when they started negotiations there, like after what film, the fact is there was already a massive fan base. It just grew as the films got released.
Yeah.
But the other thing as well, Universal Studios, it's supposed to be a studios park. So it's supposed to have different franchises. Yeah, it'd be nice if they're all Universal, but there was always attractions there that weren't associated with Universal. So it wasn't such a big thing. With Disney, they had one ride that was something out of the Disney canon, which was Star Tours.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything else was either original to Disney and had no connection in the greater world, or was a completely original Disney project based on a franchise. So Avatar has just been shoehorned into the park.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've had this conversation, before, but the concept looks great. It's interesting, I think, that the tree of life is going to be reimagined.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Right. It's a centerpiece of the park. It always has been, and it was also the centerpiece of the film Avatar. That kind of ties in. That makes sense. But we're still looking at a franchise which has nothing to do with Disney. It's just for the sake of buying.
And it's only one movie, and I granted it was hugely successful, but more on the technical merits than anything else. And I think there's a huge risk that the other films may not do well because those kind of special effects are kind of the norm now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the other argument that yes, it was hugely successful, therefore it will be successful in the park, which I don't doubt it will be because it's it's a Disney park. They're not stupid, but. How do you judge class with money? They don't always go hand in hand. And pound for pound, adjusted for inflation, as they say, The Sound of Music made more money. And there isn't an Austria land.
Von Trapp land.
Yeah.
It's a new pavilion coming to Epcot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Austria.
It's not next to Germany.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be.
Sorry.
Don't mention that. Yeah.
You mentioned it once, but I think we got away with it.
Yeah.
Just before we get off this subject, though, looking at the concepts artwork, which I'm sure we all have, and I'm sure people listening have, and if you haven't, check it out. It does look very good.
Yeah.
The floating mountains.
Yep.
Now, they're in the concept artwork, and people will be very disappointed if they don't make an appearance in the actual park. So, what do we think? The rumor is some kind of blimp.
Yeah, what a big hydrogen rock.
Yeah.
A helium-filled rock floating there. But you can't actually get up onto, you just look up at.
Yeah, but that'll be fine. I mean, it's with all these things, it's like the Beast Castle.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into these things.
No.
It's immersed in the world. And the other thing that was quite interesting, I think, as well, is the fact that they've basically now said that Animal Kingdom is going to be an all-day park.
It's true.
So it's not going to be closing at 5 anymore for whatever time it was closing. It will be open in the night. There'll be a new night-based safari. And it'll be entertainment as well. So that I thought was very interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, the boat ride, and the sort of nighttime boat ride through the glow-in-the-dark forest, for want of a better word, it does look pretty spectacular.
Yeah. I guess we'll go. Carry on.
No doubt. I mean, whatever they do, I mean, I'm sure it's going to look amazing. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing thing. I just don't know how I feel about it in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. If it was a separate place somewhere else, I don't know. I'd love it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they'll do great things with it,
A fourth gate, just Pandora.
There you go.
Like fifth gate. I've lost track, depending. Yeah. Well, the next piece that I thought, we'll move on because I could spend hours either ranting and then arguing with myself that it will be brilliant anyway. But Glow with the Show has finally debuted at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
I don't... They've probably spent however many millions developing ears that react in time for the music. But personally, I think all you have to do is stand behind an entire crowd of people filming shows and rides with their iPods, and you instantly get a Glow with the Show effect of all the colours repeating.
Yeah.
Well, this will be quite interesting, actually, guys, because I think I mentioned last show, I'm actually heading off to Disneyland Paris tomorrow, not to brag, and they do Glow with the Show there for Dreams.
Yeah.
And I told because remember we said that Borat's still called it away. So I told Lindsay about these Glow with the Show ear hats. And she said, I must get some. I was like, well, looking into it, it's not really taken off. One person counted about 6 being used at one performance. So before I buy them, I will watch Dreams first to see exactly how popular it is. I don't want to be the only one, but I love the idea and the concept. But yeah, I think maybe the price point is. If
you're a regular at Disney World or Disneyland, then perhaps investing in a pair.
Yeah,
but how much do they cost?
How much are they?
The Paris ones are about $24.99, which is about $38, something like that.
Okay, wow, that's not cheap.
No,
yeah.
For essentially a hat that doesn't do anything once you take it out of its comfort zone.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, well, I will say, I mean, the thing is, Disneyland Paris compared to the other parks is a much smaller park. So it'll be interesting to see how it takes off in Florida because it's the main one. But I don't know. It's not fun.
Anyone else have anything else for us?
Yeah, this was something of interest to me, only because it's something I've been taking calls for recently. Everyone knows, probably don't, but I'm actually training to do one of the Disney 10K runs.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I can't afford to go, but I'm still training for one of them. So I'd probably just end up doing a 10K run in England for no one.
Good luck to that, because I'm training for a Tough Mudder at the moment for no apparent reason.
Yeah, that's quite crazy. I've seen you say about that. But in all seriousness, I've just started to get into running as a way of, I lost a bit of weight, keeping fit, and not having to go to the gym. So I'm interested in this. And there's going to be a new shop opening in downtown Disney called Fit to Run, which is a fitness store designed just for runners. Now, I can't see from the news report if this is a Disney running shop or if it's just a kind of generic running shop that's just opening in downtown Disney, because obviously there are generic shops down there as well. But they've been doing a lot more because of the different runs that they have across the Disney parks. There is now a line of merchandise, Disney Run merchandise, which they sell. I've seen it on the online store. So I wonder if they're going to sell that there. But it's obviously something that's really taken off. With Disney fanatics. So I think that could be quite successful.
Yeah. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Good stuff. That's what we like to hear. Oh, dear. Like Tom's had to go for a wee. So
we'll see him in 3.
Yeah. He'll be back in a few minutes. Right. So is that it for the news?
Yeah. I think Avatar's obviously the big thing.
I saw some photographs of, or actually a video of Jack and Sally at Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it's been hugely popular. You've seen them at Paris, haven't you, Nick?
I have, and apparently it's just been done for this season. So I'll pull that on the next show. But you'll be given like kind of stage thing.
You guys,
we use the excuse that you just had to pop to the little boy's room.
There you go. That's what I had to do.
Well, yeah, we try and keep up the pretense.
Okay, got it.
So what's the theming like at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween then, Paul?
I don't know.
The theming? Oh, you mean the Jack and Sally?
Yes.
I've just been looking at online videos, so I didn't realise just how they'd done Jack, where it's kind of half face character, and the top half is well, I won't say it's a mask because that will spoil the magic, but it's kind of interesting.
It could be easily mistaken for one from a distance.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it could be mistaken for one. Yeah, good save there. But no, I mean it looks good, and he's obviously having a lot of fun with the crowds, and there've been huge queues at the party, so I can see that being a regular feature, I would think, if it's been so successful. But hopefully they'll bring it back to Disneyland Paris also.
Excellent.
It's not going to be going away from Paris, I don't think. It's always been quite popular there. But it's always surprised me that Paris had the meet and greet for Halloween. California has the whole makeover for the Christmas period. So would I.
It's fantastic. I was just going to ask you that: is the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay only in California, or do they do it in the Paris Disneyland as well?
No, they only do it in California. It was rumored to be Tokyo as well, but I don't think they've done it in Tokyo yet.
No, in Paris, they do the cemetery outside of the Phantom Manor / Haunted Mansion.
They do a meet and greet, but what we're talking about is the whole ride is changed in California.
Yeah.
Over that period.
They call it the Haunted Mansion overlay. It is the coolest thing. If it would ever come out here, you got to go to that.
Yeah.
I guess they changed it. There's new animations in it this year as well. There's some new stuff they put in, and it's amazing. I love that. I do love that.
Excellent. And do they take it down for a period of time, Tom, to convert it? Does it actually shut?
They do. You know what? I'm not sure. I think they might for a period of maybe a week, but I'm not sure. They might be able to do it overnight. I don't know because I've never been. I actually don't know the answer, but it all seems to go up at once, and it's amazing. They overlay the entire ride. Yeah. And it's all new music. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas music. Jack Skellington. It's so cool. It's really neat.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
What's really weird is I was reading up on this the other day because I was listening to our good friends at Windows and Magic and their Halloween episode. I was listening to the Haunted Mansion, and it didn't. I don't know if that's mentioned before, but how different the Haunted Mansion is to Phantom Manor in Disneyland Paris. It's basically a very similar kind of ride, but it's a lot more. It's got a lot better theming in Paris, and it's a lot scarier, to be honest. The Paris version, the storyline is really creepy. It's very interesting to read about the different rides, actually.
Excellent. Cool. Well, that's the news for the day.
Very cool.
If we move on to our usual Cool Wall segment, Tom.
Yes.
Would you care to accompany us?
I would love it.
Fantastic. In which case, I normally play the Allman Brothers from Top Gear, but I'll let you accompany us from that point. So, yeah,
I'm ready.
First things up, gentlemen, what do you make of the universe of energy? Paul.
I probably, contrary to most people's opinion, I actually enjoy the universe of energy. I couldn't do it more than once per trip, and I'm probably only going once every other year. So I'm seeing it every 2 years. I think it's a clever show. I really like the pre-show. I think the idea of the attraction, moving through the attraction, the dinosaur scene still look a bit dated, and they seriously need an update. I think it's one that's ready for refurb. I'd hate if they completely got rid of it. I think updating some of the animated scenes and the animatronics and bringing it up to date, I think it could still be a good attraction. So I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Ellen she's still on television.
Yeah.
And Bill Nye the Science Guy was apparently in there Dancing with the Stars, Strictly Come Dancing, whatever it was. I don't think he did very well, apparently.
Fair enough.
But then, is Jeopardy still on television, or do they not have the Jeopardy pre-show anymore? I don't actually.
Yeah, Jeopardy's still around.
Yeah, they still got the pre-show.
Still going.
He still does it, but
yeah,
I think so. It's kind of like a legend.
Yeah, I think it's very relevant. I mean, it's perfectly acceptable. Even my girls went on it, and they weren't too scared of the dinosaurs. And it's actually educational.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what you expect and what you want Epcot to be.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough.
Not everything is quite as educational as it is now, as it should once be, and this is still kind of legacy. So, yeah, thumbs up for it. It's a nice break from the hot Florida sun. And fairly clever. Nick, do you partake in it?
Yeah. I can't remember if it was the first or second time. That's how much I remember it. I didn't know during it. It was a hot day.
It does have an effect on people.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The thing is, I'm not against. For me, it's a learning experience as well as entertainment.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, even when I saw it, and it was around about 2007, 2010, around that kind of time, it felt a bit dated then.
Yeah.
So it probably could do. And the thing is, it's been there since 1982. It's been there right from the beginning. So, maybe it's time for it to go.
I'd like to see them updating it. I'd like to see them keeping the basic idea, but giving it a complete overhaul. Because I think it does fit with the original Epcot concept, and I like that concept. I wouldn't like to see it completely disappear.
No. So I think we're placing this fairly towards the actually cool end.
Yeah, it's not super cool, but I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Main Street Electrical Parade. Discuss.
For me, this is something you talk about timeless things and things that are Disney parks. And to me, the Main Street Electrical Parade is that. And yes, I was only like 9 years old or whatever at the time. It felt magical. It was the first time something at Disney made me go, wow. It was the first time I saw that parade. And so for me, it's always going to have a very special place in my heart for it.
I'm more of a SpectroMagic fan. I prefer the music from SpectroMagic. I actually find it more evocative than that awful, in my humble opinion, Baroque hoedown stuff. Make it more fun. Yeah. That's been definitely in the last show. Yeah. So I can't argue it. It winds me up and then I use it. I'm such a hypocrite. I prefer SpectroMagic. I find that the colour changes from white to coloured go all right. And I don't want to alienate our American listeners, but that last float with the eagle, it doesn't pander to your foreign holiday visitors very much. All credit to you. Put my hand up. If it was an English theme park, I would expect a big float with St. George and the Dragon, even if he was German or Austrian or something.
Do you have a dragon?
They do. Yeah, it's got a little Pete riding on it, and there is no knight in shining armour stabbing it.
I believe the one of the guys that walks behind the horses, though, with a little shovel, I think his name's George.
Clearing up after the dragon, yes. It's very clever, and it's nice to have a nighttime parade that actually lights up. So I'd hate it if it went away and nothing replaced it.
Yeah.
But having seen that,
I've seen it a few times, and look what's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they still keep SpectroMagic.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it, but I mean, that parade was, put to pasture to bring back the electrical parade, and now we're never going to see SpectroMagic again.
Which is a shame.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good reasons.
Yeah.
It's a good story, but obviously the reason why they let it go into such a state.
It's true. I can actually take it or leave it, but obviously it's a parade in a Disney park, so I'm going to have a wife and 2 kids who are standing there and making me sit there for an hour and a half.
I wouldn't say I need to see it every night or anything like that.
No.
Disney says Disney Paris. I still wouldn't see it every night I was there. Definitely not after 2 weeks of being at Florida Park. But
yeah, once per holiday is good enough for us. But it is nice sitting in the dark waiting for the parade to start. So a nighttime parade, I think, is an absolute must.
Yeah.
But I think with some of the lighting technology they've got now, they could make something. They could really plus up quite a bit. So it's another one that keep the concept, but bring it up to date.
Yeah.
In my little village, we have a small parade of young lads who put those stupid little LEDs on their windscreen washers. Those little high-intensity blue LEDs, and maybe a couple under their wheel arches as they drive past in their Renault Clios. And, yeah, I can't help myself but actually start thinking of the Main Street Electrical Parade every time they drive past.
My favourite joke I think I ever made in Disney Park, I must have one, was on honeymoon. We was waiting for the electrical parade to start one evening, and there was a convoy of 3 people on mobility scooters with LED lights going past us, and I just turned around to my wife and said, well, sessions really hit the electrical it was pretty special. It really was. That's probably going to get us in trouble. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for. Okay, well, to paraphrase words from another podcast, and we're going to hop back on the monorail and right round to Epcot again for Journey into Imagination. Tom, give us a tune.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Right, what do we think of this?
I don't get Figment. Everyone seems to love Figment, and it just does nothing for me. I just don't get it. He annoys me. I've only done it twice, and both times it annoyed me. People love him. Maybe what an original attraction that was there before they changed to what it is now, I might feel differently, but I just feel amazing.
Yeah. Only slightly less so than Duffy, because at least he is on a ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But they don't have all outfits for him. The ride is a shadow of its former self.
Do you remember the original one, Paul? Did you go on the original one?
Barely, and I do have footage filmed of me with a full-size VHS camcorder on my shoulder, looking up at the screen as I went past, filming myself with a big full-size VHS camcorder on my shoulder. So I've got footage of the original ride.
Right.
And it was... I guess it was fairly good, because I spent the entire of those 2 weeks holidays looking at the world through a small black and white monitor. So I think it was quite good. It came out all right in the video.
Mm-hmm. That sort of counts.
Yeah. So but nowadays I don't know. I mean, big fan of Monty Python. I like Eric Idle, but I don't know. Perhaps if they'd used the Monty Python's imagination rather than some fevered dragon. Then perhaps that would have been a journey into someone's really warped imagination. American Psycho the ride. Possibly not.
You know, if they got their way, that the encounter originally would have been one of H.R. Geiger's aliens from the films. So,
as opposed to the one that just drops down from the ceiling on the Great Movie Ride.
I still don't like that. Did not appreciate that at all.
Fantastic. Okay, so kind of take it or leave it, really.
I suppose.
Yeah. It's there, and I'll go on it, but if it wasn't there, I wouldn't miss it.
I hate the backlash we're going to receive because of us saying that, but
there are a lot of people who love Dreamfinder, and he's a very good guest on a lot of other podcasts.
It is.
You know the original Dreamfinder animatronic was relocated, don't you?
Yeah. Where did that go?
Do you know? No. You can see him in Paris.
Oh.
He is the prospector during the Phantom the last scene when you're actually out in the canyon. He's able to remove his head from his body. Instead of tipping his hat off to you, he tips his hat.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's the original Dreamfinder, isn't it?
Actually, the original Dreamfinder. It's just been
So that was in the original ride then, yeah? Because Dreamfinder was a walkabout character, wasn't he?
Not sure.
For a lot, but he was also riding some sort of Leonardo da Vinci type flying pedal thing. So, yeah.
It's only recently come out as well. It was a few weeks or months ago actually. It was kind of revealed. I think it might be our good friend Alicia that had got the information from Tony Baxter, but it's there.
Cool.
Right.
Well, I apologise for having to do this to you, but Tom, take it away. As grown adults who enjoy a beer or two, What do we think of It's a Small World?
I still prefer the Duff Gardens version in this instance.
I'm sure we've mentioned this several times before now. I've lost track over how many podcasts that I keep bringing the same one up over and over again, but I know Tom knows his tunes. I have to go on it. And in every park I've managed to get to so far, it's like, what are you going on? It's a Small World. It's not in the slightest bit seedy. A single bloke, bald, slightly tubby with a camera. But and yes, I think the dolls are comedically sinister from a Chucky point of view. But it's a gotta do it.
Be a good Halloween makeover, wouldn't it? Chucky dolls. In It's a Small World.
So what's wrong with you, man?
I'm just trying to get into the season of it.
I'm not doing that at all. You know what? I've had for a long time a hatred of It's a Small World. It's probably due to recent family circumstances, but I'm actually looking forward to taking my little daughter on there. For those new listeners, I've only become a father 7 months ago almost. She's still quite young, and she's not going to remember any of this at all. So it'll probably be the next trip or so that she'll really get a feel for it. I'm hoping she gets it, and she's already, reacting to colours and sounds and stuff like that. So I'm hoping she will have a bit of reaction, but I'm pretty looking forward to going on it. I think I just, in general, the whole attraction, I used to hate it as much as I hate Duffy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I do anymore.
No, I've got a bit of a soft spot for It's a Small World. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new one.
Yeah.
It is annoying in that respect. It is what it is.
Well, the sentiment's nice.
Exactly. And those new dolls that they sell in the Disney store that I referenced in the last show are great.
Yeah.
And there's some cracking versions for it. There's for it. So, I think everyone is slightly different, especially the California one now has also been updated with Disney characters as well. So,
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's a classic.
That's it. Well, thank you, Tom, for that. Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, if you're hanging around, gentlemen, we've got a very special treat lined up for you today.
Really?
And when I say gentlemen, I also mean listeners as well, ladies and gentlemen. For one night only, our pub pianist, Tom Ameen, is joining forces for a very special duet with our very own pub singer.
Wow, what a combination.
This is I Cannot Wait. We'll be back after this tune.
There's a great big beautiful world shining at the end of every day. Oh, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just another way. Man has a dream, and that's his dawn. He follows his dreams and smiles so hard, and when it becomes reality, it's a dream come true. For who has seen? Oh, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away, just a dream away. The great big beautiful tomorrow. The great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. Oh, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow it's just a dream. time. And when it becomes a reality and a dream come true for you and me. Oh, the great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. The great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away. The great big beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Thank you very much, Tom and Pulsinger. Oh, dear, oh dear. I don't know how we're going to follow that, but Nick, you're going to have to. Over to you.
It's soap dishes sauce.
I don't know how you expect me to follow that. That's ridiculous. It's going to be short and sweet this week. It's going to be something I haven't talked about for a while. Back to animations. In the UK only, nowhere else. Everywhere else seems to be quite fine. But there was a release a couple of weeks ago, villains, which I'm sure anyone out there listening to the show that creates animations will already got some ones they wanted and some ones they don't want. And tomorrow, so the 21st of October, which is when this show should be going out, is the release of the Marvel set of animations, which a lot of people not even into animations have suddenly got a bit of interest in because of Marvel characters. So I'm going to see them in Paris. I'm hoping they're going to have them there, but my friends are going to try and pick me up some in the UK one way. If not, we buy a case when they come out. They go down the store first thing in the morning, Disney store, buy a case, not a problem. Stores normally get 2 cases. For this release and the last release of Villains, they've only received 1 case per store. Now, the problem is that the last few series of animations coming out have actually been even more popular than the ones they've had previously, and it's in greater numbers. However, they're now halving the allocation that they're actually buying into the UK. So my friends are either going to try and go to 2 stores, or just hopefully be able to buy 1 case at their local store if they're lucky. And, you know, frankly, it's not good enough. Again, you did this with pins, you've done this with dolls before, and then you do it with animations. Disney Store UK, merchandise buyers, look at what's going out, look at what's selling, and look at the feedback you're getting. People are complaining, but nothing seems to be changing. Once again, I'm only complaining, and I'm sure nothing will be changing. But maybe, just maybe, if enough people feel the same way as I do and contact them via email, via Facebook, via Twitter, maybe, just maybe they'll listen to us en masse. But sort it out. You're losing sales because all it's going to drive people to do is buy them from overseas where it's cheaper anyway than buying in the UK. It makes me mad.
Oh, thank you.
But still, how do I keep up after that performance? I mean, seriously.
You gave it a good fight, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You gave it a good fight. So
you mentioned your Disneyland trip, Nick, and obviously we're hoping for a post-trip report. But have you got any kind of pre-trip report? What are you hoping to do? And
I'll tell you what I was hoping to do tonight. If I wasn't going to Disneyland Paris first thing in the morning, I would have been seeing Saving Mr. Banks.
I
had tickets to go to an advanced screening of Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
And I had to turn it down. So that's a pre-trip report. But no, I mean, I've got my gears together. Mm-hmm. I finished packing before making my way to Mouse's Head tonight, so hopefully I'm all good. I've got a brand new video camera.
Oh.
So we'll be taking some family video there, as it is Alice's first ever time. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing some on as well, because obviously it's Halloween, stuff going on that wouldn't be normally going on. And I'm sure if you listen to some other friends at other British podcasts like Dedicated DLP, you might have heard about the new Mickey's Parade that they've done for Halloween, which is a bit more harvested than Halloween. I'm going to try and capture the audio for that as well. And I'm going for 3 days, 2 nights, 3 days. We figured with a 6-month-old that would be perfect because obviously we won't be going on all the rides. It's October before half term, so it'll be quite quiet in the parks as well. So I think that's sufficient. And I recently had somebody asked me actually about booking a trip to Disneyland Paris and how expensive it was and everything like that. I'm looking to go for 5 days. It was only 2 adults. Disneyland Paris do well, don't get me wrong, but it is an expensive holiday to go, and I'd rather people went for a shorter period and actually go than go, I can't afford the time I want to go, because it's just going to be too much money. And I think if there's only 2 adults, you can pretty much do these parks in 2.5 days.
Yeah.
So give yourself half a day for the studio, you probably won't need much more than that. You need at least a day and a half in the Magic Kingdom itself, in the actual park. And that's only if you just want to do the rides and stuff like that. If you spend time looking at the architecture and everything, because it is a stunning park, obviously give yourself another day or 2. But you really don't need 5 days in Disneyland Paris. Despite what the brochures will tell you, you won't need it. It's expensive. So go for a few days, you'll probably have to afford it, and you'll have just as good a time. Yeah. So that's my advice there.
Indeed. Well, you have a good time.
Yes.
I'm sure you will. So you don't need us to say it.
Yeah. The weather was looking quite good as well. One day of a bit of rain, so I'll cope, I think.
Brilliant. Well, let's finish off with how do people leave us a message if they want to?
Yes, of course. Well, they can, visit our website at www.disafterdark.com, or they can find us at podcast at disafterdark.com.
And go on. Sorry, Paul.
And they can find us on Twitter at DisAfterDark or facebook.com/DisAfterDark. We're there also.
Yeah, and the tweets have been busy, and we've had another 5-star review from iTunes again from Wall1985. Keep up the good work, boys. Short and sweet, but thank you very much. We'll endeavour to do that. Keep up the good work by keeping it as lowbrow as ever.
And just an update for why I'm updating this, because I'm appalling. I'm above Adam Goodger and Craig Lucas, so that's good. And Craig Duncan, actually. And of course, I'm referring to the DisAfterDark Fantasy Football League.
Yes.
That we're doing. I'm doing number 21 in the league, so obviously I'm flying high. But our top 5 at the moment are Andy Cooper with his team Melbourne Supremacy, by the way he's from.
Very nice.
Jack Buckingham is second with Victoria's Secret. Very good. I think sometimes these are more fun than playing a game, The actual names of people come up with. Dave McBride with Harambe Rose.
I see that one, yeah.
Okay. Number 4 is Neil Cothart with the Go-To's, as in the French place. And Sean is number 5 with Liverpool FC. See what he's done there.
Right.
Hot on his heels, only 4 points in between those 2. We've seen desperate follows. I know Barry does a lot of shout outs with us, so I thought I'd give him a shout as well. But so you do, guys, I'm kind of letting the side down. I do apologise.
I let the side down even more by completely watching it. But I think, it's one of these competitions where I really should put the small print is, employees, etc., etc. But you can. I know nothing about football/soccer.
I think the fact that 21st in the league suggests that neither do I.
I walk around in a Brighton Hove Albion shirt. That shows how little I know about football.
I've got a very big soft spot for
there we go. Yes, you can also find us YouTube, Instagram, MiceChat.com, the MicePod network, and yeah, we're around and about. So, in that case, thank you very much for joining us, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us, dear listener. And thank you very much for joining us, Tom, although he's had to pop off again now. He was here to play us a tunes. So thank you very much. I'll put the show notes together, and they will include links to where to go and get Tom's new album. Download it, because he's Billboard top 10. So, but I don't know what that is in England. So
that's New Musical Express.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see if we can get Tom Ameen, a Disney piano playing guru, in the New Musical Express.
Let's not do that, because
is Melody Maker still going? I have
unfortunately not. But Billboard is what NME used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably still relevant. NME, not quite so much, unfortunately. But you know, if you've enjoyed the music you've listened to tonight, then, you know, support him. It's great work, as you can tell, and you know, why not show him some Disney love?
Yeah. Thank you very much. In that case, time, gentlemen, please. And I hit this button.
Growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Dis After Dark, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Bye. Clear.